All right, so I just came across this video. No, I found this video to be entertaining and kind of funny, but as always, I'm always intrigued more by the music and the history behind that and why this song has found a resurgence now. And obviously it's TikTok that's helped with this, but at the same time, it's something that we can all just appreciate when you're talking about music that is timeless and has that distinctive, it feels like a late 80s, early 90s sound. So if you're familiar with New Edition, if you're familiar with maybe Whitney Houston, a lot of like the Disney movies from like the mid 90s, whether it's Beauty and the Beast, A Whole New World, they kind of had all this like EP sound, and I really wanted to dive into that. So I was able to vibe code my own solution to that sound. This is like a Roland MKS, which I was able to sample and make my own version of it. So if you hear that behind the keys, that's what it is. Late 80s, early 90s types of feel and vibe. So I really wanted just to dive into this song and really understand why it's found its wings again. So I wanted to break down some of the chords. I can break down the entire video. You guys let me know, leave your feedback in the comment section, and I can add it to the lab. But I just wanted to break down mostly the intro and some of the chords that make this unique. So it starts off something like this. All right, so I did a little bit of digging into this song and trying to figure out why we love the sound, first of all, and why we love this song so much. And it kind of goes back to the OGs of this sound. And this is none other than Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And these guys are the ones that are the masterminds behind some of the biggest hits around that time. So I would say maybe roughly a decade plus, these guys were behind Can You Stand the Rain, Janet Jackson's Come Back to Me, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. You can go down the list. And the reason I found this very intriguing is that when we start out this song, it's in the key of A flat major, and that kind of gave it away. So I didn't know who actually wrote this song, but after looking into it, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were the foundation of this song. And they were actually writing this, I think for the Hearsay album for Alexander O'Neal. The sound of it is very distinct to that era, and it's also timeless. The chords that they're also using are not necessarily common today, and I think they also jump into an uncharted territory maybe for the time. And you can also tell that when they were composing and creating the song, they had similar chord structure to other songs. So if you've heard Can You Stand the Rain, so these chords show up again. And if you're listening to this song, so the chords are very similar, and that gave it away when I was trying to dissect the song. So the thing that really makes the song unique, I feel, is the production. And you understand it all starts with the keys. So the keys are doing most of the magic here, and this sound is part of what was big at the time. You'd hear maybe a Yamaha DX7, and this is the Roland MKS sound, and this is one of those sounds that is coveted in black music with its R&B, neo soul, gospel, especially gospel, because you can use it in a way that it cuts through a mix. It's very hard to miss this instrument. So, and I think the reason that we love it is, first of all, the sound. So if you hear that right away, you know that this sound is unique to the era and it cuts through a mix. So if I'm playing the keys over the song, you won't be able to capture the feeling of it. So I'll break down some of the chords for this so you guys can understand what really makes it unique. So outside of just playing the chords, the sound is really what makes it distinctive. And obviously the other backing tracks, the drums, the bass, and everything just sounds very timeless, very 80s, like you're in almost like a dreamlike state. But I'll say this song's in the key of A flat major. So A flats are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it'll bring us back to the top. All right, so let's go ahead and break that down. So this song does something interesting. It starts on the 6, and then this is an F minor 9, or you can make it an F minor 11, and this is really what makes it special. And you hear this in Can You Stand the Rain as well. It's the first chord of the verse, and that gave it away to me right away. So once I heard that, I knew this was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So F minor 11, G, A flat, B flat, D flat, and then goes to the 4. All right, D flat, F, A flat, B flat, C, E flat. That's a D flat major 7 with a 13 in there. And then next chord, which is the 3. This is a C minor 7. And then it does this. We play like a B flat minor 7. And jumps to the E flat here. And pretty much you're playing a D flat major chord over E flat. So I really wanted just to dive into that. So I feel like the reason this song really stands out is the sound, number one. And the chords are very lush, full, and very pretty. So we're going to be using a lot of extended chords, minor 9s, 11s, even a 13th there. All right. That is so pretty. So I really just wanted to dive into this, and obviously it's taking off right now on social, whether it's Instagram and TikTok. I really wanted just to dive into some of those chords and really what made it unique. I can break down the entire song. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to understand more about why this song feels the way that it does. But it really comes down to understanding the era, understanding the sound. This EP sound is undefeated. Till this day, this is a highly coveted sound, and it's really doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And obviously you have all the extra sounds in the background, but once you have this in your toolbox, in your arsenal, it really just stands out and really makes the song that much more special. Because I can play this with a piano sound and it won't give you the same feeling. So part of the timeless feeling is using a lot of these sounds that were popular for the time. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis really made this part of their hit library of the late 80s, early 90s. And you hear it a lot. If you've heard Whitney Houston's song, kind of goes like this. It already takes you into a different genre and a different space, and emotionally you have a strong connection to it. And there's so many other songs that we can dive into, but I really just wanted to touch on this and see if you guys like this type of content. And then we can make more and we can break down the entire tutorial, and I'll add that to the lab. So leave your feedback in the comment section, and hopefully you learned something. This harks back to the 80s, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, the OGs of this sound. And if you really want to take a deep dive, go ahead and check out more of their songs. But we're going to end this video here. I don't want to make it too long, and I'll break down the entire lesson in the lab. So leave your feedback in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.